All right, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Sports Card Weekly. I'm Steven. I'm here with Samson and Alec.
Hello.
First off,
Yo.
did Tom Brady cement his GOAT status this weekend?
I think if he wins another chip, especially against a high quality quarterback like Mahomes, he's forever goated as the best quarterback of all time and the best playoff quarterback of all time and best quarterback. But if he does this to Mahomes, he will forever be enshrined for years to come. This is going to be the craziest Super Bowl for probably the next 20, 25 years.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
He's not the GOAT.
System QB who has good players who surround him. 3 interceptions their dub. 3 interceptions.
You love to hear it.
I still think he's the GOAT because of what he's accomplished. But when I look at him just as an athlete or even as just someone who played football, he's just not the kind of quarterback I'd want to have. But I respect his leadership and I respect he has done great things. He hasn't choked shit. He is one of the GOATs for sure. I don't think him winning this or losing this matters at all. I don't
think so either.
It's pretty impressive. I'll say Tampa Bay, I think, does have a good team around them. They for sure do. But still impressive. They had a few additions, but they didn't do it with Jameis, I don't know. So it's obviously there is some kind of impact of having a player like him on the field for other players. Maybe it's not necessarily his performance all the time, as much as it's him being a good leader and pushing the people on the field to do better.
This season to me was just it just showed the culmination of him as a player, the effect he has, like you said, because he went to a 7-9 team. They have these weapons in Godwin, Evans, a shell of Gronk, a shell of what he used to be. They got AB. But again, they went 7-9 last year. Literally the same team, maybe a few additions.
Right.
But I don't know. Like you said, he just brings that title town mentality to Tampa Bay. The Lightning won the Cup, the Rays were in the World Series. There's just something about it. And I don't know. He definitely no training camp. He had to learn Bruce Arians' system with no training camp on the fly with these guys that he had never played before. To me, what he's doing is just so, we're never going to see this again. 19 starting seasons in the NFL, 10 Super Bowls, 10 Super Bowl appearances. He's the GOAT.
Do you think – this is something I wanted to ask you. Do you think Belichick is, a little salty after his comments at the beginning of the season saying, yeah, whatever, He was kind of just trying to play it off, but at the same time, I don't think he was necessarily being rude or anything or throwing shade at him. I think he's just being the coach he always is, just focused on winning, focused on what's going on right now, not hypotheticals.
I think he has to be.
Yeah, right? At least a little bit.
He treats every player the same. That's fine, unless you have the best player of all time on your team. You pay that man whatever he wants. Come on. As a Patriots fan, it gets my blood boiling to just see. I don't know, I'm not mad, but it's cool to see him do it. It's just it kind of hurts, pulls on my heartstrings a little bit to see him do it with the Bucks.
Right. That's true. How do you think Bucks fans feel? They're probably hell yeah,
oh yeah.
I'm sure they didn't have any beef against Brady, really, not really. True. Wow. For what reason, I guess, but they're probably fucking pumped. I bet they're dude, they're going to
7-9 to a Super Bowl.
They're going to the Super Bowl.
They only had one other conference championship appearance, and that's when they won the Super Bowl.
Oh,
but
really?
That was in 2000 with Brian Johnson when they won. That was a freak year. I don't know how they won.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
I was 2 years old. I don't remember it, but yeah, he's definitely brought that culture down there. I think he's undisputed GOAT. Put all the system quarterback talk to rest, because what is the system? You can't just instill a system instantly.
I know, but I will say I think that at least Bruce Arians respects Brady and probably I don't know if making things easy on him is the right kind of phrase for it, but I think the respect for his game and probably understanding how he plays. Like he probably did adjust some things for him to make it easier, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Like, you know, like you said, even what system, like what QB could still do it. And you could always like hypothetically say a million names, but like he really did it, you know, like he really has been to the championship so many times. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a coincidence.
It doesn't matter who he has around him. Like our best receivers were Wes Welker, Edelman, who didn't do anything this year without Brady.
Remember Deion Branch?
Deion Branch, he went to the Seahawks.
Yeah, I liked him. He's cool.
He was a beast. But again, like a nobody, like no production outside of New England.
Yeah.
Like you put Randy Moss on the Patriots, sets the record for most passing touchdowns in the season. Brady did. So, I mean, he just does it consistently. All right, I could talk about Brady forever. Let's move on. Let's move on to well, should we talk about Mahomes too? I feel like we should talk about Mahomes.
Yeah, sure.
Goat.
He's the baby goat. He is. That's exactly.
Yeah, he's good, man.
You know, when we were talking about who we thought would be in the Super Bowl before, I think I said Rodgers and Mahomes. So seeing Brady Mahomes, super cool. I like it. I like the matchup. Mahomes, I mean, he has to play Brady. That's tough, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that, I mean, he showed that he can play well under pressure. Like and then just like Brady, he has all these skill guys around him who are very capable.
Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, that offense is just explosive. Like we saw in the championship game again, like like last year against the Texans, they can get down big and still just like come back. Like It was 21-0 and then 9-0, and they just came back like instantly because that offense is just so explosive. Like it doesn't matter. Their defense can give up 30, 40 points and they could still match. I feel like it's going to be a great matchup. Definitely bet the over. That's Alex territory. Would you bet the over, Alec?
Honestly, I don't dabble in football or college basketball anymore. I kind of stick to pro basketball, but honestly, I would take the over. Just there's a lot of points to be scored. Two like highly offensive teams. Yeah, I would definitely take the over. I don't know about the line. I don't know about the spread, but like I said,
Chiefs are favored by 3.5, I think, or 3.
Which is not a lot of points, bro. If you're gonna take anyone, take the Bucks or take the Bucks on the money. Like you're just getting money if he wins. Like, and he can do it. You see Brady play. Like he's the best best playoff quarterback of all time, but he's also going against someone who's highly touted as him. But yeah, the over would be a good pick, but I'm unsure like about who's gonna win necessarily because they're both. They're both very good teams, very good quarterbacks, very good offensive line. Yeah, I wouldn't dabble in it, but if you're going to, I'd take the over.
56.5. That's a really high over.
And they're making it 56.5 for a reason because they both score a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
So, free money.
Free money?
I mean, you can never say free money because anything can happen. I took Alabama +9 the other day, and they hit. But then I took Florida. I think it was -6, and they lost by like 8. So like, I don't dabble in gambling anymore. I'm kind of done with that. I just work in the field.
I mean, everyone was thinking that the Rams-Patriots was going to be like super high scoring because it was Rams offense, one of the best, and then Patriots who had scored like 37 points when Brady threw for 510 yards the year before in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And then the final was 13-3. So you really don't ever know what's going to happen.
You don't know. You
That's
just
why
got to
stick to cards, bro. Like it's safer. Like that thing I posted on my story. If you would have bought like a $60 Poirier card, it would have been like 7-8x, and you would have still had the card if you lost. But if you bet $60 Poirier money line, you would have and he lost, he wouldn't have had the card,
There,
and he would
there's
have
no
made less.
recuperation with it, like there is cards. Like there's recuperation with the cards. Like you can take a bet on the player, even if they don't pan out. You can still like it reminds me like stocks and like people put like the calls on like their stocks like sell at this rate. Like it feels like that with the cards. Like we have that option of kind of getting out and at least making back some of our money. But
Right.
obviously betting, it's like it really is like
Yeah,
it's a bet.
betting's 50-50. You're either losing your money or you're gaining your money back or you're winning. But like in cards, like investing like in this kind of like market, you're always gaining your money back and profiting. So it's like it's not worth it to put $40 on a game, then you have the option of losing. Where in this market, you don't lose.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
nice.
you can lose, but it's very hard.
Very,
Yeah,
very hard to lose.
It's never like a bet though. Like you're still like I said, you're gonna get something back. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it has,
Even with Dwayne Haskins, like his cards have started to go up again because he got signed. Like
right.
I thought I was just gonna lose all my money, but
It's a moving market, bro. It's like it's always engaging. Like everybody's always engaging in this kind of like it's basically like like you said, Samson, it's like a stock. Like you're investing so much time and money into something instead of just here you go, here's $60 on the game. You can actually profit from something rather than just hoping that you can gain this
Yeah.
and gain your profit back. I don't know. It's hard to tell with gambling. That's why I kind of stay away from it and rather spend my money on cards where I know my profit would be valued rather than just throwing money on the game.
speaking of the market, like we said with the Tiger prices, we talked about that last time where they were like super inflated because of the documentary. They've
Right.
all like came back to where they were before it aired.
Do you
It's
think
still
that it's because
airing,
of the
but
content of the documentary? Like they're like, damn, Tiger's a bad guy. Like you know what I mean?
I know. I
They
saw
like
it first.
they like painted it in that picture though. Like he has all these like titles, right? But they spend like most of the time talking about like what he did off the green. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Or do you think like it's just because yeah, that's classic Tiger. It's like
what the?
do you think that it's like it was so much because people were anticipating the documentary and then now that it's out the hype has died because like this is sports cards are like a hype. I mean it's a huge hype based like product, like cards sell based off hype like Zion especially. Like
Mellow.
do you think that because it came out now the hype has died or is it because of like what the documentary is like showing about him?
No, I think it's a mix of both because The Last Dance, when that came out, like the cards were still high throughout the airing of it, and the Tiger documentary is still airing. Like, but I feel like that's totally different. Like MJ versus Tiger,
Yeah, that's
like
Both
MJ is
goated though.
generational, and Tiger obviously playing golf, which isn't as popular as basketball.
not nearly.
Yeah,
But if you ask anyone on the street and say who name one golfer, it's gonna be Tiger.
true.
So
Yeah.
he's glorified in the sport, and like if you're gonna buy into someone, it's gonna be Tiger. So like I don't see how like his documentary like can like shade his value of his like persona, even like him like of what happened. Like you said, I only saw one episode, still airing, but like they instead of glorifying what he did on the course, they totally took a turn and just basically just shit on him. And I don't know if that's like gonna make his cards like devalued, but like Jan said, like The Last Dance, his card prices were still so high just because MJ, and it's a different market and like a time. But like Tiger, he's always gonna be like the GOAT in the sport.
Yeah.
So I don't see how it can be devalued just by a documentary or like a show or a film showing like his like mishappenings, because that shit's hilarious. But still, like his card shouldn't just like drop like that dramatically.
True.
He's still goated. Like MJ's goated.
Oh yeah. I think Tiger's almost at that status too.
Yeah. I agree.
So the biggest baseball card sale, sports card sale ever. Mickey Mantle, 1952 Topps PSA 9, sold for $5.2 million since the last time we recorded. Rob Go, he's an actor and entrepreneur, bought it. What do you guys think this means for like the industry and hobby as a whole?
Did he have anything to say about it? Does he have like a, you know what I mean, like a comment or anything?
The 1952 Topps Mantle is the holy grail of sports cards, Go said. As a kid ripping cards packs in the 90s, I always dreamt of owning one. I felt this mantle was highly underpriced. I agree.
5 mil
5.2 mil.
as a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Good God.
The 10, dude, imagine the 10 would probably be like 20 million.
Yeah.
Like plus.
I was thinking probably like 15. Yeah, I guess 20. I mean, if this is going for 5, yeah, you're right. A
That's
perfect
absurd, bro.
team. But like you said, how many exist? Like 3 or 4?
I think there's, yeah, it's like a pop 3 as a 10.
That's, dude, who are those people? What are they doing? Are they sitting
Sitting
on
on
it? Or
a gold mine, bro.
Yeah, they're instantly just cashing out.
They obviously don't need that money, so
No, it's true. I guess
if they haven't sold it,
And
Well, I
give it
mean,
to the card guys.
you could probably, I mean, not that kind of wealth, but like, I bet a lot of the people who are in the hobby like 3 years ago who have all these like highly sought after rookies, I bet they're off pretty well right now too. Like,
Mhm.
you know, obviously not in the millions like the Mickey Mantle PSA 10, but like, you know, I don't know.
LeBron Topps Chromes 03s.
It'll be interesting to see who is going to be the next big sale. Like, does this drive up prices for other highly sought after cards? Or does this only affect baseball? Or does this just affect Mickey Mantle? Like,
I
does
mean-
this actually change like the hobby a little bit in terms of like pricing for these kind of like highly sought after cards?
We've seen a jump in Kobe and MJ and LeBron, like a crazy jump. I feel like that's part of the reason why, because people are like, oh my gosh, like it's kind of like a dash. Like this other guy on here that has a podcast, a sports card podcast, he talks about these vintage cards graded high that they're kind of like early buy-in options to when a company goes public, because in like 5 to 10 years these cards are going to be worth like millions of dollars. Like they're going to be unobtainable. Like the 86 Jordan rookie, like
Yeah.
not rookie, but 86 Jordan Fleer.
Yeah.
It's going to be unobtainable. So like people are just seeing these prices and reacting. And I don't think it's like going to go down anytime soon.
That's so crazy that his rookie card sells less than his 86.
Mm-hmm.
It's absurd.
That set is just iconic.
Iconic, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dominique Wilkins, Clyde Drexler.
I like it. It's a neat, nice, clean, classic look.
Yeah, I like it too.
The red, white, and blue, it's clean.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, like you said, dude, it's like supply and demand over these years. Like the supply is going to get lower and lower. People are going to hold on to them longer and longer. So then when they eventually do pop up for sale, like every year or so, people are going to be willing to pay so much money because they've want one of these cards for so long.
Same thing with Pokemon. I don't really like invest my time at all in Pokemon, nor have I. But like Charizard first year like editions are gonna like skyrocket in the next like 5-6 years. Yeah. Same with that Jordan. I think Gary V tweeted something about it or put on his Instagram, like buy these 2 cards, and it was his 86 Michael Jordan. It was a PSA 9, then like a Charizard first edition holo, like PSA 10. He's like, oh, this shit is about to explode. And like people, like you said, supply and demand, there's going to be so few of them that like people are going to want them, and the prices are going to be outrageous.
I think it's also like smart money in the hobby.
Mm-hmm.
like we've seen money like prices go down of Luka, Zion, Ja is kind of wavering, like staying consistent. People are shifting their profits into these safer investment cards, like the Jordan, like the Kobe's. Like I feel like people are getting smarter and they're seeing the market trends. Because also like baseball is peaking right now because people are already thinking ahead.
And seasons are about to start. They're buying Trouts, they're buying the Acuñas, they're buying the Tatises because they see their true potential already. Acuña's 22 years old, 21 years old, and he's already the face of the league. So, like, investing in a guy like Tatis, especially, like, his price is so low, like, get him now rather than later because he's just about to explode. Same with Trout. Like, 5-6 years from now, you're gonna be like, oh, shit, I should have invested in these guys when they're 2-3 years into the league instead of them being 10x in 5 years. So,
dude, I wish I would have been into cards like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, and I was brought like every earlier Brady, like, and just sat on it. I would have been rich.
yeah, we would be rich as shit right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Jaylen Brown.
Go ahead.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said, I wonder when we'll ever get ours back. I keep
Who knows, dude?
horror stories, and I
Who
keep thinking
knows?
that it's gonna be like July now.
No, I don't think because we sent November. They're saying 4 to 5 months consistently.
Okay, so probably May.
Yeah,
Like probably
May, June,
May. Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah.
We might see like changes too coming up because
What order?
that was like our first November order.
Did I send anything?
A lot of football.
Nah,
No.
No, I sent one right after.
Yeah.
we sent another in December.
Yeah.
We sent 2 at the end of November, 1 in December,
Oh yeah.
And one just right now.
2 or 3 in December maybe.
So we've sent. Well. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
I don't know, bro. I've lost track of how many fucking cards I've sent to them.
I'm gonna wait to get. I don't know. I have like 10 more. I guess if you guys want to send anything in. Sorry, I shouldn't have talked about this right
Better
now.
be sorry, buddy.
But yeah, if you guys have it.
I'll probably send another order. Like, I bought another Cunha auto.
Nice.
What else? I'm still trying to sell this freaking Ben Baller. I'm just trying to get rid of it at this point for 500.
How much did you buy it for again?
500.
Just trying to get your money back.
Yeah,
You
because
just want to get out of it. You just want to use the money towards something else.
it's not gradable, so might as well.
Okay.
But with the backup times right now, I'm just sending express and standard, except for like hoops and like second year prism, because I'm not trying to wait 5 months.
How much is it again for Express standard?
Express is 65, standard's 25.
Okay.
Express is technically 5-day, but it takes a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
And
crazy.
then they have walkthrough, which is like 1 day, and it's 500 a card.
It really takes a week.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. That's actually crazy.
No, thank you. Unless I'm sending in like Topps update Mike Trout,
Mhm.
I'm not going to spend $500. I'll just wait the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months.
Samson, you sent me that tweet about the BGS 9.
Dude, it's
That's
crazy.
a play, bro. That's a play. I've been buying. This meeting will end we only have 10 minutes left before this is ending, but that's a play. I've been buying BGS 9s and planning to crack them out. I cracked out that piece. I'm gonna crack out Luis Robert refractor and send them to PSA standard because BGS 9 is the same price as raw. Sometimes you can get them less. Like I got an Acuna Bowman Chrome rookie for less than raw as a 9, and it looks perfect to me. And I'm gonna send it to PSA.
So I
think
saw
that's a move.
people in the comments talking about, they're like, this is why I don't grade. And usually I would be like, you should just try to grade. Just grade yourself, make mistakes, figure it out, you'll learn. Or use groups like we do, who even like, I know some of the places, if you pay a little bit extra, they'll even look over the card for you and tell you, give you an idea of like what kind of grade you'll get. So like this is something to just kind of dive into and just, you'll learn from it. But
I
like
think we need to do something like that.
understand why people are a little hesitant, because like that does show that's like seriously so inconsistent. It gets a 9 one time, sends it back to the same grading company, and he gets a 10. Like that's, I don't know, that sucks.
It's something about BGS too, because for whatever reason, like they give not a lot of 9s and 9.5s. So that's like a roll of the dice I'd be willing to take, so to speak. Like re-roll, like in Mutt when you like re-roll your packs.
Yeah.
That's literally all you're doing, because it could get a 10. And like the cards I was targeting, like the Luis Robert refractors, there's like 400 graded and like 320 or 330 are 10s. So it's a pretty safe bet that it's going to be a 10. And even if it's a 9, I make money. So
yeah,
that's a move.
That's all that matters is profit.
That's all that matters, bro.
All that matters. You're making profit regardless.
True.
Doesn't matter how much, you're still making a profit. So why not just send everything that you have? Like, not everything, but most of the shit you have in. Just saying,
not everything,
I'm going to make my
money.
money.
You could lose money.
Not like,
everything.
I'm not saying like dimmed corners are like surface damage, but I'm saying like I'll send all my tops chrome in because they hardly have any issues. Only thing they have issues is like on the surface. So I'll send all those in, doesn't matter. Or like, we carefully look at our shit so we know what we're doing, but why not just send the most that you can in at one time?
Speaking of chrome, like we were talking about earlier with the market getting kind of smarter, do you think that it's like kind of basketball investors, because chrome rookies in baseball have been outperforming paper, like they've caught up and surpassed paper products? Do you think that's kind of the basketball crowd getting into baseball, like because Prism and Optic are kind of the go-to in basketball?
I didn't really think about it like that, but I could definitely see that. Yeah. I mean, I like the chrome products myself better, but yeah, like you said, like paper was the king for so long. But yeah, I mean, I bet the football market probably is influencing it, especially like I see people starting to compare the hobby now to like the things like sneakerheads and stuff like that. Like, all these different people are starting to join this market, and it's, yeah, I could see it impacting it. I mean, what kind of products are you holding on to right now, like for baseball?
I honestly love chrome too. My throat's hella dry.
So do I.
But I like chrome, just like the look of it. The grade's better. Like, I'm holding and buying chrome over paper any day.
Oh yeah.
It holds its value longer, like less likely to get chipped, corners dinged.
Every single Topps paper that I bought always has a ding corner.
Mm-hmm.
Or like the centering's always off. Like I've never like sent in like a base chrome or a base Topps paper. It's always been chrome because I've always had issues. So the safer bet would be chrome, honestly.
True. All right, what else do you guys want to talk about? We have 5 minutes left on this before it.
I think we're straight.
Jaylen Brown, I want to talk about him. He set the record for most points in under 20 minutes in the shot clock era last night. Tonight, he scored, 26 points in the Celtics win. I think he's better than Tatum.
Really?
Bold prediction.
Oh.
I think he is right now.
Right now?
Well, right now, he has an extra year of development. I mean, Tatum's a year younger. I think give Tatum the extra year, he's going to be scary. But right now, Jaylen's taking the extra step.
He's only 23, too.
Mm-hmm.
24.
And he's more efficient.
Right now, yeah.
He's shooting 53%, 43 from three.
That's crazy.
An average.
Because he's a more of a get to the basket kind of guy.
Oh yeah, I saw a stat where he's like second or third in the league in shots attempted in the paint as a guard.
Oh wow.
That's crazy.
That's
Yeah,
insane.
Like behind Jokic, I think, and someone else.
he's a finisher.
Jokic's just a freak in nature, though.
Oh yeah,
I don't get it. 7-2 shooting behind the arc, 7-1. He's like a Porzingis, but more like I think he's a little bit more quirky, but he still scores
He's a
a
better
lot,
finisher.
mm-hmm.
which is very, very scary.
Dude's a beast.
True.
Big fan.
Big Jokic guy.
Yeah. I wish I would have bought this rookie auto I saw way before the season, like months ago, for like $70.
Dude,
You know
yeah,
his-
even like his Marvels were super cheap. His Donruss Marvels, like
Yeah.
$10 over the offseason.
Crazy. It was like, yeah, I saw them up for like 11 or 15, like many times.
I was like, oh no one's gonna want Jokic. He's a big man. Like he's not gonna go off. I think it's fantasy too, fantasy basketball, because he's the #1 fantasy basketball player, and his
Right.
prices have gone up.
You know that.